You feel it. Something evil. You run, but there's no escape. Nowhere to turn. You feel something beckoning you. Draw you into the terror that awaits you in the Darkroom.
Don't lie to me, baby.
I'm not, Joey. I swear it.
I know. You hear what I'm telling you? I know. You and that creep Charlie sneaking around.
It's not true. Charlie is just my friend. He and I never made it together.
That ring I gave you. I spent a lot of bucks to get that big rock, baby. What was Charlie doing with it, huh?
Joey, you're hurting me.
Where'd he get it? Where'd he get it?
I told you, I lost it a couple of weeks ago.
No way, baby. You gave it to him, didn't you? Huh?
Why don't you just call him? We'll get him up here and he'll tell you.
Charlie's not telling anything to anybody ever again. Rico saw to that.
What? What have you done to him?
Rico put him on ice, baby, after he spilled his guts.
No, Rico's lying. He's lying to you, John.
Rico, I trust. Rico's like my brother. It's you, baby. You and Charlie. You're gonna spend a lot of time together.
Joey? What do you mean, Joey? Joey.
You and Charlie, you're gonna spend a lot of time together. You tell him hi. Tell him hi from Joey, baby. Tell him hi from Joey.
Joey?
Miss St. Clair. Miss St. Clair. Hi, my name's Dan Burroughs. I was in the play you just watched.
Yes, I do recognize you, Mr. Burroughs. You're still in your makeup.
Yes, well, I just dashed out back. I didn't even take a second bow. Listen, I wanted to speak with you about your review. See, we didn't have a whole lot of time to put this thing on its feet, and I just wanted to make sure that you understood that.
I'm sure that you're a very nice young man, but please understand my position. Your producer, Mr. Burroughs, charges an obscene amount of money per ticket. The public is entitled to know what it's paying for.
Yes, but...
I'm sorry. If you didn't think you were ready, you shouldn't have opened.
You didn't like it.
Excuse me.
Now, wait a minute. I'm sorry, ma'am. It's been a tough 6 weeks. And let's face it, you're the one that counts. What you say can make this show or kill it. All I want is a chance.
You had your chance, Mr. Burroughs.
Miss St. Clair! Sorry, sir. I can't come here. Look, I have to talk to her. I have to wait out there.
And now, fresh from the Carlisle Theater, night edition's critic at large, Alexis St. Clair. Well, Alexis, does Broadway have another hit on its hands?
I'm not sure, Lee. Tonight's offering from the Carlisle, Black on Black, is a 1980s rehash of Shakespeare's Othello. It's not that the play is that bad. After all, the playwright, Carlos Schechter, has a juicy plot to work with. But I fear that his best intentions have been despoiled by performances which rank in subtlety and quality with the beach party pictures of the early 60s. Most of the teeth marks on the scenery belong to a new young actor named Dan Burroughs, heretofore unknown, and I'm afraid destined to remain that way. As the modern counterpart to Othello, the Moor of Venice, I feel that in the hands of Mr. Burroughs, more is less, a lot less. I'm all for fresh talent on Broadway, and heaven knows there's a desperate need for new faces. But for pity's sake, let's demand some measure of ability before we foist these people on the unsuspecting public. Black on Black is just lustful and flashy enough to succeed, but it will be in spite of Mr. Burroughs, not because of him.
Morning, Miss St. Clair. Cab?
Thank you, Bill.
Miss St. Clair. Hi. I've been trying to reach you now for 2 days.
I thought I made it clear to you, Mr. Burroughs, on the telephone that we have nothing to discuss.
Miss St. Clair, would you just listen to me? See, my show is doing pretty good now, and we're not doing the greatest business in the world, but I thought maybe you can come down and watch us.
No. Do you know that you are really trying my patience? Now smarten up, Mr. Burroughs. Don't spoil it for your next review. I like to think that I have an open mind, but you are making it very difficult for me.
Will you just listen to me?
Having trouble here, Miss St. Clair?
Go away, Mr. Burroughs. Lick your wounds and go away.
Excuse me, Miss St. Clair.
Yes?
I'm Bert Lyons. I'm Dan Burroughs' personal manager.
Mr. Lyons, I don't wish to appear rude.
Look, I'm sorry. I'll only take a minute of your time. It's a matter of great concern.
Oh?
Yeah, look, I know you gave your honest opinion of Dan's performance, but I'm just here to ask you, well, to beg you to reconsider. Look, I've never seen the kid like this. I mean, I think he's ready to go off the deep end.
I'm not in the habit of coddling thin-skinned actors, Mr. Lyons.
Look, Dan is a very special case. He's not your ordinary actor.
No, he's not that good.
No, that's not what I mean. What I meant was, well, this is all new to him. Oh, sure, he's a raw talent, but the kid is alive and vital. You know, 10 years ago, he was slogging his feet through those rice paddies in Vietnam. When he got out of the army, he had a lot of trouble. You know, drugs, hard stuff like that. Well, it happened to a lot of those guys over there.
As a citizen, I appreciate his patriotism.
Please listen to me. Look, Dan is just not a spaced-out junkie. I mean, he really fought back. Well, he entered a veterans hospital. He worked 2 years just drying himself out. He straightened his head out, and he worked out all his problems in psychodrama. Well, that's what brought him to all this.
Mr. Lyons, I'm sorry.
I was hoping, well, really, we were hoping that maybe you could come see the show one more time. Just re-review the play and reconsider your review.
I told him no. My decision stands.
Okay, look, here's the bottom line. A motion picture studio has bought the screen rights to the play. They've already signed the girl. They're afraid to sign Dan only because of your review. I mean, a chance like this for Danny comes up maybe once in a lifetime. Here, this is for you.
Mr. Lyons, my opinion is not for sale.
Oh, what did you think? I was giving you money? No, that's a ticket for your usual seat. 3rd row on the aisle. It's for tonight's performance.
Tonight?
You're a very powerful woman, Miss St. Clair. I hope you're also a fair one.
Piece of cake, darling. $10 million hotel with nickel and dime locks. I guess Bert didn't tell you. Before I went to Nam, I hustled. You know what I mean? Street hustle. Locks mean absolutely nothing to me, Miss St. Clair. You didn't come tonight. Your seat was empty.
Get out.
You got anything to eat around here? All I could find was a lousy can of peanuts. Don't tell me, you're calling room service, right? That's very thoughtful of you. Yes, ma'am. It sure is.
What do you want?
Hell, lady, what I've always wanted. For me to talk and you to listen, that's all.
All right, well, say your piece and then clear out.
I'll clear out when I'm good and ready to clear out. I want to tell you something, Madam Critic. People like you turn my guts. So damn high and mighty. And what are you? Well, darling, I know what you are. You're nothing. See, I did a little checking up on you, Miss Alexis St. Clair. And guess what I found out? Long time back, 10, maybe 15 years ago, you were an actress. At least that's what you pretended to be. 3 lousy parts in 4 years. 1 or 2 lines in an off-Broadway show. Before you finally figured out that you couldn't hack it as an actress. So that's when you started to hack up other people. You're a small woman, Miss St. Clair. A small, shriveled up, little woman.
You're being redundant.
Oh, yeah, and you can't resist it, can you? Even how it's going down now. You just can't resist sticking in a zinger.
And how is it going down, Mr. Burroughs?
Don't you know? Feel it! And think about it. The next time you open your mouth like that, darling, you'll be gone.
You wouldn't dare. Someone will hear.
Yeah. You still don't understand, do you? They hear 1 shot, they'll hear 2. 1 for you, and 1 for me.
You're mad.
Yeah, I'm mad. Now get inside. Go on. This old girl, she's been real sweet to me. I've had her since early '71. She and I, we've seen a few things. I got myself 3 gooks and a lieutenant one time. The gooks, they were theirs. The lieutenant, he was a Rotsi baboon from Georgia. All mouth and no brains. And that's exactly how they found him, all right. No brains.
If you have no objection, I would like a drink.
Whatever would make you happy, sweetheart. Whatever you want. Get yourself a drink. Go on.
Mr. Burroughs, I've been considering your suggestion. And perhaps I should re-review your play.
No, darling.
I thought that was what you wanted.
It's too late, Miss St. Clair. Much, much too late. Bert, my agent, Bert. He got a call this afternoon from Hollywood, the studio that's making the movie. It seems they've decided to go with someone else for my part. My part! I want to tell you something, Madam Critic. I make that play. Me. My performance. Without me up there, it's just a piece of garbage. They saw it. All the other critics. All but you. And it's all because of you. And some 2-bit actor from Hollywood will play my part. How many chances do you think a guy like me will get? Huh? And it's because of you. I get my break. My 1 shot. And it's gone. Just like that. All because you're too blind to recognize talent.
All right. Get up. I've got the gun, so you get up very slowly. Get to your feet, damn it! Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh. Oh, I didn't mean... I didn't... Oh, Lord.
Well, was I right or was I right? Well, Danny, wasn't he great? And you're the lady that said he couldn't act. Hey, Dan, how'd it go, babe, huh?
Ventura Pines Apartments. You remember that big thing that happened out there the other day? It was in all the papers? Well, do you know how it started? Well, Steve Lambert was sitting at his breakfast nook, trying to concentrate on anything but that loud argument that was going on between his upstairs neighbors.
You're whining like a little boy.
I am not whining. What I am, Claire, is late. I have a plane to catch, remember?
Stop everything I'm doing and I'll get my purse.
Why did you do that? You didn't have to do that.
I can't talk to you.
And I can talk to you, I suppose?
Loud Barry. You wouldn't want the people across the street to miss out on anything, would you?
Fat chance. I doubt if they've missed anything yet, Claire.
I've been listening to you two. You've been up since dawn.
That's what you get for living in a cheap apartment. Thin walls.
Barry's going to Chicago for a job interview.
Hey, that's great. I hope you get it.
It's just an interview. I'm not counting any chickens.
Have a great time. You'll love Chicago.
I'm afraid I won't get a chance to see it. After I drop Barry off at the airport, I'm going to be staying at my mother's for a few days.
Oh, wow. I'll keep an eye on the place while you're away.
Thanks.
Who's there?
Hey, is that you?
Barry? I thought you were in Chicago.
Wrong, old friend. I'm home. Here in the sanctity of my beautiful, beautiful home. Like that word? Sanctity? Great word.
You've been drinking.
Damn right.
Well, something's wrong. I'm coming up.
Something's definitely wrong, and you're not coming up. Go back to bed.
I'm coming up.
Darkroom will return in a moment on USA.
Come in. Come in. Shut the door. Shh.
You trying to save on your electric bill?
No lights. Not here. Not now. Come on.
Look, Barry, would you put that thing down?
You want a drink?
What's going on here? You're supposed to be in Chicago. You're supposed to be interviewing for a job.
There isn't any job. There never was. You thought I was away, right?
Yeah.
You thought the place was empty? Good. That's what I wanted. That's the way I planned it.
Planned it? You scared the life out of me. Do you know that? When I heard someone moving around up here, you're lucky I didn't call the cops.
Why didn't you?
I don't know. I panicked, I guess. Wasn't thinking straight. I thought maybe it was a cat or something. Or maybe I had to make sure it wasn't you.
Turns out it was.
Yeah.
Cat, huh? That's funny. Why couldn't it have been Claire?
What?
I said, why couldn't it have been Claire moving around up here?
Because she's staying at her mother's. Well, isn't she? I saw her drive off with you this morning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you saw her drive off. Dropped me off at the airport. And she drove straight to her mother's. I called her a while back, you know. Claire, I called Claire at her mother's. All the way from Chicago.
Well, then what are you doing here?
But you see, Claire didn't come to the phone. Her mother said she went to bed early. With a headache. Fast asleep. Couldn't be wakened. Boy, I'll tell you. Claire and her mother are two of a kind. In bed with a headache. Well, she's in bed all right. Not with any headache.
Barry.
Hey, my wife is a tramp. Well, don't give me any of that. You know. Everybody knows. Well, I must be the laughing stock of the complex.
No!
Don't tell me no! Why do you think I've had so many jobs? Why do you think I'm out of a job now? Claire. She has a thing for guys I work with. This last time it was a guy I worked for. Let me give you some advice, okay? Don't ever hit your own boss. It's a sure as hell way to get fired. What, why haven't I kicked her out? Catch-22. I love her. I'll always love her. I just can't take it anymore.
Why don't you put the gun down, Barry? Or better yet, give it to me. She isn't worth it. Nobody is.
Wait a minute. Well, you think that I'll... No. Oh, I'm not suicidal, Steve. Not yet. Now, you don't understand. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for Claire.
Claire? For God's sake, Barry, wait.
She promised me. She said no more lying. No more cheating. On my life and on hers. Oh, and on the grave of her dead father. That's one of her favorites. See, that's when I know she's lying.
Really?
Well, she said men here. While I was away. 6 weeks ago, I made that trip to Detroit. She came back here. With a man.
Someone saw her?
Good God, no. But there were signs. Little things that only a jealous husband would notice.
I think I'll have that drink now.
Hey, whoa. Easy now, Steve. You're a real nice guy. I like you a lot. I just don't get any ideas about taking this gun away from me.
You're crazy. This whole situation is crazy. It's like one of those foreign movies. The jealous husband is waiting for the faithless wife and lover to turn up, and...
Hey, I have nothing against the guy. And I know how Claire operates. I'm sure he's nice enough.
You know who he is?
I've seen him.
Seen him? Where have you seen him?
The supermarket. And around back in the parking lot. After dark. Why not? That's where he works.
Who does?
Lord, are you dense? The guy she's having the affair with this time. He's the manager. You know the guy. Lance. Rance. Tall, muscular, good-looking guy that seems to be Claire's favorite species.
When did you see them together?
Friday was the last time. But it's been going on a lot longer than that.
Are you sure?
I told you I've seen them. Do you have to see photos?
I just think, you have to be positive.
Surprised, huh? Don't be. She's got everybody fooled. But not me. Not this time. And I'm not gonna let you warn her, Steve. I'm not gonna let you do that.
How can I warn her? Oh, listen, Barry, I'm sorry. You're tired and you're drunk and maybe just a little bit sick. If Claire says she's at her mother's, that's where she is.
Hey, I hope that's true. I hope you're right and I'm wrong. I really do. But if she should come back here, that'll be proof enough, won't it? And then I'll be sitting right here in this chair, facing the doorway.
Hey, fair enough. We'll let fate decide. But I'll tell you what I think, old buddy. I think you'll be sitting up here for a long time. For nothing.
Hold it. Hold it! No lights. She mustn't see any lights.
baby, you know I do.
Only me?
Darling, I told you. Barry and I just don't work out anymore.
I don't mean Barry. Is there someone else?
Oh, God. Why would you think that? Steve, I swear, it's only you. On the grave of my dear dead father.
We have a problem.
What's wrong?
A buddy of mine just called. Well, he's stranded a couple miles away from here. He needs a bed for the night. What could I say?
How about no?
I'm sorry, darling. I didn't think that fast.
Well, I'm not driving back to my mother's. Not at this hour.
Why should you? You live right upstairs.
So I do. It was fun tonight, Steve. Darling. You were so full of surprises.
Yeah, that's me. A very unpredictable fellow.
I'll get dressed. Good night, Steve.
You stick around.
Positively delightful. Oh, now it can be told that our doting mother was dotty as a loon.
Oh, Freddie, stop it. You're going to knock something over.
So what? It's mine, isn't it? To my beloved daughter, Pamela, I bequeath the stocks, bonds, certificates of deposit in my name, including but not limited to 126,000 controlling shares in Griffin Industries, blah, blah, blah. And to my beloved son, Frederick, I leave the family home and the furniture, the artifacts and mementos contained therein at the time of my death. Delightful, Pamela. You get a piece of Wall Street and I get the antique shop.
Oh, come on, Freddie. You always loved this place.
I loathe this place. Oh, if I had only been there giving Mother the chicken soup as she gurgled off to eternity.
Now, wait a minute, Freddie. That's not quite fair. That will was drawn up 2 years ago, and it's just the way she wanted it.
Why? Because I'm some kind of blithering idiot incapable of managing my own affairs, much less the family fortune? That's it, isn't it, sister?
Yes, that's it. Freddie, you have never been interested in the family business. Oh, the income, yes, very much so. The income. But please, let's be honest with each other. I'm the one that went off to graduate school. I'm the one that spent every summer at the plant learning how the whole business worked while you were...
Yes, yes. While I was off romancing snow bunnies in Biarritz and seducing comely young senoritas in Rio.
Exactly. Oh, darling, you've got your trust fund. And it's a healthy income. And you don't even have to work for it. Come on, Freddie.
My allowance. Well, Pamela, darling, I gave up the concept of allowance a long time ago.
Oh.
Now look, sis. You love this old house and everything in it. Tell you what, half of it's yours, and in return, half of what you have is mine. Right down the middle.
No.
Why? Mother is dead. It's between us now.
I can't do that, Freddie.
Translation, you won't.
All right, I won't. I'm sorry.
I know how you loved it. But it is mine now. Isn't it? Or wasn't it? Sister. May I show you something in a vintage port?
What have you done?
Where's what? The credenza? Gone. The Matisse sold. The Dickens first edition cluttering the shelves of a bookstore. 9 days ago, you intimated that I was nothing but an errant playboy, unqualified to manage even the simplest of business affairs. I am prepared, sister, to prove just how wrong you were. Feel the chill? Very important, the chill. Now, we're at a constant temperature of 65 degrees, vital to protect my investment.
Wine?
Yes, but what wines? The rarest of Madeiras, vintage Chardonnays, precious Burgundies, already valuable, but someday destined to be priceless.
My God, Freddie, what have you done?
Oh, nothing extraordinary. I merely traded off a few pieces of Mother's junk furniture for something more valuable.
Junk? The paintings? The furniture? Everything that has been in our family for decades. Since grandfather's time. And his father's time before him. Junk.
Oh, let's not be sentimental, Pam. All that family nonsense, you can't spend it. Now this is an investment. The rarest of wines. Now, that's how my dealer describes them.
Oh, Freddie, please. Please don't do this to me. You are my brother. And I love you. It's just us now. This house. Everything that's in it.
You want things back the way they were. I can arrange it. I know the dealers. But you don't. And you never will. Not unless I tell you who they are.
What do you want?
You know what I want. Everything 50-50 right down the middle.
Damn it, Freddie. No. You are not qualified to make company decisions.
Of course you say that now because you've never seen me at work. Are you sure you won't join me in this bottle of port? It really is extraordinary. And a bargain at only $1,500 a bottle.
You're insane.
Oh, no, not at all. If I were insane, it would cost at least $5,000.
I'm sorry, Freddie. It won't work. I'm not going to play this little game with you. So you've done it. You've really done it. All right, Freddie. You told me to come over here, that it's important, but if this is to rehash last week's conversation, I'm not interested. I'm leaving.
In this envelope are the names and the addresses of the dealers who acquired the paintings and furniture.
I'll buy it from you, Freddie. Name your price, $5,000 or $10,000. Freddie, I can't do it. The company is 127 years old. We have 900 employees. It's my responsibility, not just to you, not just to me, but to them.
Last chance. Going once and twice.
Freddie, no.
And too bad.
Freddie, no, please.
Too bad.
Freddie, no, I want
Pity.
that.
You know what a terrible memory I have. By tomorrow morning, I won't remember one of those names.
I want that. Oh, damn it.
Care for some cheese? You know what we have here, sister? A battle of wills. Only there's one thing you must understand. I cannot lose. All I have to do is escalate the pressure. Keep turning the screws until you come to your senses. And if I didn't believe that... Would you care to see my centerpiece? It's a jewel even by my standards. It was found in the ruins of an old castle in Italy.
Wonderful.
It was bottled in 1500 and something or other for the Duke of Romano. There's something in the box that explains all that. It's in Italian, of course. You took Italian at Bryn Mawr, didn't you, love? Why don't you read me a little something about my acquisition, and I'll tell you how much I paid for this little soupçon of vino.
I'm not interested.
22,000 cash. A small Vermeer. Would you care to join me for a drink?
You're going to drink it?
Don't be so stubborn, Pamela. Stop me.
Do as you like, Freddie. But let's see about this little jewel of yours. Questa è un bottiglia di vino raro. This rare bottle of wine is certified più di 400 anni, over 400 years old.
Pamela, you think I'm bluffing.
Fu trovata, was found in the rovine ruins of the Castello Romana.
Very well, sister.
La casa estiva della infamosa summer home of the infamous Duke of Romana e sua sorella and his sister.
Marvelous. A bit tart, but still potable. And to think it's only $2,000 or $3,000 a swallow.
Nella storia sono conosciuto, who are better known in history as the infamous siblings who perfected the art of mettere... the art of poison. Cesare and Lucrezia. Bullshit. Oh my God, Freddie. The Porsches.
Tune in tomorrow for your Saturday Nightmares, starting at 8 with The Deadly Secret of the Mausoleum. The chills continue at 10 when Alfred Hitchcock presents